All right, good people. What's going on around the world from London to the Bay? The Matt and Todd Show is in the house. The best dang sports show going on today, guys. We got a great show coming in here for you. We're just going to kick it around here a little bit with some college football. Selection show is going to be on. It's kind of in between these two games. Fixing to have Kansas and Duke come on here and play some basketball. Let me pull in this old stranger here. I found this guy. He was over here on Facebook, and I don't know, there's something wrong with him, so y'all just take it easy on him. He wants to come on and talk a little football, so everybody welcome in the man of the hour.
What's up?
What's happening?
Oh, not much. We're just sitting here watching this Kentucky-Michigan State basketball game. 35 seconds is the longest time in your life.
I know. Yes.
But it's a good game. 61-60 is a pretty good game.
It is. It is a good game.
How's it been going, man? I love the Matt and Todd show.
We're doing good. Dean has had a long basketball practice. He ain't been home maybe an hour. He's trying to get the middle school, get their minds right, and
Is that possible?
They're gonna be they're gonna be pretty good. I don't think there's gonna be as good as just hearing him talk and stuff about it, and as good as they probably have been 2 years ago. They had a great team, but he's trying to get them right, and he was up there. I mean, he's 12 hours a day up there with them. So
dedication.
Yeah, he really is, and at some point, he said this is his last year. He's gonna hang up his basketball whistle and just enjoy some time at home, and he'll probably always coach football. I think probably till he just retires out. I think he's probably he may get on here in a little bit. I was trying to get him on if he come in and showered up and probably get him something to eat. I think he's still got a few more.
He ought to come down to the house. I still got some leftover chicken tacos.
He will too. I think he's still got a few more years. Three more years, maybe 4 years,
yeah.
And he can retire out. He'd like to come back down this way, I know, and I know he don't want me telling that probably on live TV, but I mean it is what it is. Everybody like to be closer to home, but he's had an offer too, but he likes it up there. He likes it at Chattooga.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people up there too, and it's a great place.
Yeah, it is, and he's really got used to the kids.
I know that community really come close together here in the last couple of weeks with the tragedy of those three young men. I mean, it's been a terrible situation that they've had to deal with, and Todd's told us several things about that's going on at the school and stuff. But it's been I know one of the pastors that preached the Celebration of Life service up there, and that was a real good. There's no such thing as a good service like that, but there was over 40 people made decisions.
Yeah.
At the end of that service of the two
two
of the young men, and that was that was just a blessing of God, I guess you'd say, at the end of it. It's tragedy that the boys had to lose their lives, but it's great that the other 40 did make decisions to accept Christ in their hearts. So,
there's always something. God's always at work, and something that's always going on. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? We fixing to this selection show. By the way, if you don't know, they're going to do it between the games, and we don't know when this game's going to be over. It says 15 seconds, but that'll be. That could be 10 minutes.
Could be another 10 minutes.
But yeah, when young people lose their lives like that, it can be. Well, it's just terrible. I mean,
wasn't there some up in Susan more this past weekend?
It just kids losing, losing their life in general is bad. But for us believers, we believe that God's still in control, and it's hard to. I've done youth for years, and it's hard to explain to a kid that we live in a fallen creation.
That's right.
And this is not the design that God had meant for us, that we're failures and we're pond scum sinners, and without Him, there is nothing else. But I'm 45, and if I'm 15, I just
Dang,
lost
you're a
my.
lot older, dang.
I know, but I'm prettier though.
Nah.
But it's hard to tell a 15-year-old that just lost
You're
their
right.
best friend that they play Xbox with all night and they have sleepovers and
That's
they
right.
play ball together. Between my first friends ever remembering between you or Michael Bevels, Michael Moore, Jerry Harris,
Mm-hmm.
those are my memories of my first friends. Sam
That's right.
Bell, and by the way, Miss Bell, she passed on today. Teresa, Sam and Matthew, Thomas Neal's mama, she passed away. So,
Wow.
but she's singing with Jesus. I promise you, there ain't nobody I know that's closer to the Lord.
Right.
I promise you. But that's hard for the boys. So
Yep.
arrangements will be sometime. But we was kin to them through the Bells and the Meeks, some of her Miss Teresa's family. That's Thomas Bell's ex-wife, but it's hard to get kids to understand, logic and how things go.
Well, we're not promised tomorrow.
No. What's Jeff got going on here? Who's the next Auburn coach? Jeff, supposedly, that 15.4, Keith, it's been on 15.4 for 4 minutes.
It was 15.6 10 minutes ago.
Oh my! All right, we're gonna have a good time.
They
anyway.
threw the ball in and got fouled, so they're
Jeff,
shooting free throws again.
I heard a story now that supposedly that the new AD had made a deal with Lane that after the Egg Bowl they wanting to sign him up for a couple of million, and I mean like a $7-8 million a year type thing for Lane. So $7 million a year for a 5-year deal. 7 5s is what, 35?
all day, and yeah, at Cedar Bluff or Cherokee County
Bluff
math, that still
35.
works. That still works. Doesn't matter.
Here's the thing. No, they shouldn't use Cadillac.
No. Now they ought to keep him on the staff and let him be
absolutely
strengthening coach or something. But no,
you don't want running backs. He's a running back coach.
You don't want your best running back that Auburn. Well, he's the best Auburn ever had, but you don't want Cadillac being a coach, and then you have to fire him in 3 years, and then everybody hates Cadillac because
he's the best.
But now here is devil's advocate. What if Cadillac beats Alabama? There's a bunch of them don't want him to hire.
Yeah.
And because as bad as Alabama's been playing lately, don't think that can't happen. It's the Iron Bowl. Anything can happen.
Jeff's a little bit older than us. He's what, 46, Jeff? Yeah, absolutely keep Cadillac. But
yeah, without a doubt.
He's a well, guys. There was 8 kids get saved down there. I'm hearing all these stories about kids getting saved, and I sure do like it. And I hear about people dying, and old people getting sick, and people getting saved. That's always good news.
3.7 and it's tied up. May get some overtime out of this, man.
Oh, come on. I'm just trying to I just want to see where how Oregon falls out and where they're going to move LSU. Is Tennessee, are they not – guys, dang it now. Now, I know I sound like a homer, and I was on Twitter today. Tennessee had a better schedule than Michigan or Ohio State. They've played like 5 ranked teams or something. Guys, come on. Why?
What rank was Alabama when they played them?
Bama was
1.
I guess when they played.
Number 1.
Yeah.
They were number 1. All right. Tennessee was number 2 when they played Georgia at number 3. Okay. Georgia might have been a better team. So then, Tennessee was number 1. Georgia was number 3. So, look at how they played some dang good ball clubs.
Yeah, I don't know how Tennessee can't. Look, and everybody knows how I feel about khaki pants. And look, Kroom, the tailback, I like him. He's on the Heisman list now. He's got to, because Bryce not going to win it. So let's not put Bryce on the list. Just you can think he's great, and I think Bryce Young is.
He gets a vote, so that's good enough.
Bryce Young has been to like Harry Potter school. I mean, he knows all the magic tricks. That kid can run around in circles and he could dodge raindrops in the rain. But he's not going to win the Heisman again. That's just not what. It's not going to happen. So. Between Hendon Hooker and Kroom at Michigan, they're going to talk about him. C.J. Stroud, he's going to be in the conversation because he was preseason type Heisman guy. So, but I like I like the idea to keep Cadillac. Yes, I do agree. I don't. You can't let him go. Well, look, guys, they got back to just running the darn football. Astrom.
That's right.
They didn't throw the ball. 7, 8 times Saturday.
Not much.
They just let Tank and Hunter. They just let them run the ball.
Did you see Cadillac running beside Bigsby on the sideline?
No.
At about 3/4. Yeah, it's overtime, buddy.
Oh, whew, I thought he was. Lord. I thought they were supposed to call another timeout. It's like, come on, are they not out of timeouts?
No, they're out of timeout. They're in overtime. They're fixing to start overtime. So, yeah.
College football selection show has been canceled for the night. They can do it right.
They can do it in this thing.
Just hurry up and do it now between the break, because it ain't going to be a 30-minute spot anyway. They're trying to do it between this.
Yep.
Oh, good Lord.
Starting overtime, Buffalo Wild Wings.
So I don't guess there'll be a selection show tonight.
It may not be.
Well, they will, but it'll be after the game. It'll be.
They ain't gonna put it on like ESPNU or something like that.
I don't know. That's a good question. They'll put on the bottom of the screen. Hey. Have you seen anything like that?
I don't. Not yet.
I haven't either.
I'm gonna watch them now. Would have been neat if he'd have made that.
That's what I was hoping.
Put a little too strong.
I hope that they're not going to put them in this week. I'm just about bet on it. TCU's going to be 4.
You wanna talk a little high school football while we're waiting on this garbage?
Yeah, sure. Cherokee County is going to be traveling to up there around Huntsville. They're going to be playing the Randolph Academy. These guys and girls may also need to add an average high school ACT score of 30. They have in the multiples of kids at Vanderbilt and Duke.
Well, that's good. I hope they'll play like Vanderbilt, maybe.
They have a nice facility. I've been on Google Earth and looked around. It's not a bad drive. It's just kind of right up straight through town, and I think you turn like one time, turn right, and then back left, and go up the main, that Carter Street or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you can't miss it. It's going to be up there on the right. It's really nice. Their girls, I think it was girls volleyball, has won a bunch of something. Their cross country has won so much. They're 6A now, and they just won another state champion, some state turn, whatever. So they have a lot. They have a lot of athletes, and they're smart.
Mm-hmm.
They place in some of the top rankings in the state, and they're ranked in the nation in academics and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But are they ready to get punched in the mouth in football?
Ooh, come on, hopefully.
Because I think between Brown and Cornejo and Meatball and the other Diamond, I don't know if they're ready for all that. Now that old boy's going. That Hunter, his name's Hunter. His last name's Hunter. What I say his name was Andrew. Yes, Andrew Hunter. Right. He's thrown for about 4,000 yards. He's got 3 receivers. Davenport's his main slick guy. They're slick, man. That quarterback is. He's been coached. That's what I'm saying. He's been coached up to be a high school quarterback. I lost him. There he is.
Yep.
Come on, Kentucky. Pete's sake. For y'all people that's running by the channel right here, I see people kind of coming in and out. We're having to watch. Well, if you don't know, they're going to do the selection show. That's what we're waiting on. This is not a set. It's supposed to be on 8 o'clock, and you can see we're 23 minutes late now. And it went into overtime. So we got about 3 minutes for. I hope Kentucky can polish off Michigan State here at 64. Well, 67, 62 now. I may be a few seconds behind you. We watched this on a Fire Stick app. And it's usually a little behind the exact live. And speaking of some basketball, look for Coach Hatt and them at Spring Garden boys to be getting started. Probably they probably got started today in some basketball. They are not going to be bad. We're going to have a good young team between Chapel and John Jacob and the Welch boys. And you know Connor is going to play. They're going to be pretty good. Coach Rat and Ace.
Boy, I hated them losing that Coastal Christian game.
I know it was a good football game, man.
I heard it was.
It was a good game. Coach Rat and the girls will be getting started now. Sandrock's already playing. They're playing right now. Coach Blackwell.
I just got a text message from one of my friends I'm going to see this weekend up in Kentucky. He just asked me, was there any food I didn't like?
Hominy.
Just don't put enough salt on it. I can eat that.
Just if you got some Sweet Baby Ray's and squirt it on that hominy.
Really? I ain't never done that.
I spot maybe on why I may be able to eat it. I don't know. Put some caramel on it.
Okay.
I can't eat hominy. That stuff's nasty.
I mean, but still, there's. I can eat anything.
We're trying to work through this Michigan State, Kentucky. They
How
don't
much time now? I can't see. It was 4 minutes a while ago.
It's under 2 minutes now.
Golly. 2 minutes in basketball is half a day.
Yeah, we're waiting on that to get done. And it ain't gonna be long. They're not gonna do a drawn out. They're just gonna put them up there, and it ain't gonna be an hour show. It's just gonna be a few minutes. I thought we'd already be done and be all.
It ain't no big deal.
No, I'm gonna be in here watching anyway. So why not share with friends?
Heck yeah.
We got 8 or 10 people on.
I was fitting to say I can't see the number on how many we got, but
I got 4 or 5 on Twitter. I got 4 or 5 on Facebook and YouTube. I was on a page earlier.
Well, hey, while we got a couple viewers out here, let's poll the viewers, guys. Yeah. Send us, tell us what your favorite side dish is going to be next.
Uh-oh. He went off.
Did I lose you? Hang on, I don't have any audio, man.
Got you. Good. Go ahead.
Okay. Good deal. So what's your favorite side dish to go along with your Thanksgiving meal next week? I know everybody's going to have the turkey and dressing. So what's your favorite side? What's a must-have next week? So everybody just kind of type in your favorite side dish. Give them something to do while we get this 1 minute and 12 seconds off the clock here.
Bacon wrapped green beans. Kevin, you must be doing that ESPN because that's what he was just talking about. Bacon, grease, and cooking.
Amen.
And putting in the green beans, 10-4.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing better than, what's the order? Jesus, football, and food.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, God, football, and food. I love it.
Yeah. 4 bean salad, Jeff says.
Okay.
I put baked beans. I love a good. I know the baked beans.
Do you have to have the bacon layers across the baked bean?
It's a It's pretty high up there.
Yeah,
I'd
little
really enjoy it a
hamburger
little
meat.
more. Yes, grandmother called it Cowboy Roundup, and
I
I
love
still
it.
make it. And it's got 2 different beans in it. And I do a barbecue sauce, ketchup, garlic, onion, and I grill the onions,
Oh
saute
Lord.
them, and I do the onions in the pan first with the bacon. I do the bacon, let the bacon out. Then I do the onions in the bacon grease. Then I do the barbecue sauce and Worcestershire, and I whip all that up in a big mess, and I dump the beans in there. I put 2 different kind of beans, and I mix all that mess up. And then when it's getting done, I put the bacon back on top, and then put it in the oven in a black iron skillet, and
You
put it in
got
the
me.
oven, and
You
let
got me.
that bacon just. Oh, I like it a little crisp, and that way you pull it out, and when that old fork pops down that bacon,
That
you get a
old
good scoop
thick
of
cut
beans.
bacon too.
Thick bacon when you get that scoop of
Yeah.
beans, you want that end of that fat piece of that bacon.
Come on, man.
That's how I do it. And you got to have the meat in it. So you do the
Mm,
bacon and the meat, put it all in there, then you do your onions up.
I love that.
I'm fat, man. I can cook.
Oh, don't trust the skinny chill.
We was joking about that over at Spring Garden Friday. Trey
Oh, good Lord.
Littlefield,
Steak sandwiches?
yeah, Littlefield cooks them up over there, and he was some kind of humdinger football player. If y'all remember him playing back years ago, he played at Spring Garden. Went on to play at, I think he played at UAH or West Alabama. He was a great football player. But Trey, he cooks the steak sandwiches over at Spring Garden, and was telling Mr. Pope and them and Tim Bates, and never trust a skinny cook.
Don't do it.
Never trust a skinny cook. Guys, if you hang around the page, you can see across the bottom says College Football Selection Show Specials. And why are they talking about baked beans and German chocolate cake? Because the stupid basketball game went into overtime. We're already 30 minutes late. They're going to announce the top 10, top 20.
So instead of us
if they
talking
tie it
about
up
football
again,
while this basketball game's on, we're talking about Thanksgiving food.
well, I mean, obviously people like it. There ain't nobody left yet. Everybody loves
What's
talking
not to
about
like?
food.
Two good
Jeff said
looking
he
guys
likes
talking
dessert.
about food? Heck yeah.
He's a German chocolate. I don't like German chocolate as much now. I think the coconut gets on my nerves. I wind up chewing on it a little bit and I'll spit them out. I think I'm getting picky in my old age. Now I'm not going to turn
Run
it down.
clock.
Tennessee and South Carolina play at 6 Saturday for you basketball fans. That'll be a good game. Duke's waiting to take the court. Duke will play Kansas right after this game, which was the title game last year. Man, what a game that was! Woo!
12 seconds. Come on.
That was a heck of a
Kentucky
game.
could win.
Duke and Kansas tied up last year
7
for the
seconds.
chip.
Dang on.
If they tie it up again, go to another overtime, we're just going to turn this to.
Well, I say they can't tie it up. Kentucky's fixing to shoot free throws. Maybe he'll stretch it out.
We'll just turn this into a cooking channel for a night. Utah plays Oregon.
Well, I'm going to tell
Saturday.
you, I'll tell you what we had tonight. We had chicken tacos, and they were awesome. Crock pot chicken tacos. This may be the easiest thing I've ever done. First time I've ever done it, too. Chicken breast in the crock pot. Put you taco seasoning on top of that. Add you a can of Rotel tomatoes, 4 to 6 hours on low. Shred your chicken up. Get you some queso dip or whatever you want to go with the side of that. Put you some jalapenos on there and sour cream and let it get angel food cake. Come on, man.
I almost bought one the other day. I'll buy them at Walmart. I'll just bring it home and just tear it off I'll just tear it off like chunks of chewing tobacco and eat it.
It's a sponge.
Yeah, I mean you can soak up. You can soak up things with it.
He said with fruit cocktail. Okay,
that's fine.
I'll give you that. It's okay. Of all the cakes, though, that's my least favorite.
Yeah, it is mine too, but I'll eat it though.
Okay.
I like the ones when Granny would cut it open and you lay it over on the plate, and then she'd pour that strawberry juice all over it. Yeah.
Favorite dessert of any kind? Where you at?
We're making Jeff hungry. Yeah, I know. I didn't really have a lot for dinner tonight. I was kind of busy all day, and I had like some little pizza rolls, and I was eating on
Well,
some
what's your favorite
Pringles.
dessert of all time?
Lemon icebox pie.
Okay, that's
I'm
up
old
there.
school. That's what my grandmother always made me for my birthday, and that's just what I like.
It's funny that mine and your favorites is both pie and not a cake or a
Yeah,
cobbler.
I like cake,
Mine
but
mine is buttermilk pie. I'm a buttermilk pie guy.
now I do too. Now I told you, no, Saturday I make them. I'll make two at Thanksgiving. I make one for me,
Love them.
and then I make another one to share for during the dinner because I don't want to share mine. I'm gonna eat the whole pie.
Michigan State just dunked it to win.
Blue,
104, go, and they done it.
bluebell pecan ice
No,
cream.
we
Yeah.
tied it up again. Are you
No, you're lying.
kidding?
See, you're about 3 seconds ahead of me. But
Gum.
they're the one that want to quit playing tonight, I guess. Bluebell pecan pie ice cream. Yeah, any kind of bluebell stuff's good. Kevin's
Oh
got
God, yeah.
banana
Banana.
pudding,
Okay.
old
Yes.
fashioned
Go
banana
Kevin.
pudding. Yeah, I do too.
Go Kevin. I hear you.
Go big
Nothing wrong
orange.
with it. It's just not. I mean,
No,
my favorite of all time is buttermilk pie. Banana pudding would be number two.
yeah, it only come out in 1983 with real pecan pie. Ooh. Well, I
Hey,
was
I'm
about
going to ask you a question. Have you ever had a pecan cobbler? It's a pecan pie. It's just double the ooey gooey.
I think I'd need to try it. I don't think
Yeah,
I
it's a diabetic coma.
are they.
Yeah, it's OT number two.
Well, guys, they'll just continue to talk about football and Jesus and pies.
Love that.
He don't like he don't like the nuts. You don't like pecan pie, Kevin? No, he don't like
Oh,
pecan pie.
man. A
Yeah,
Georgia
now,
guy?
huh?
And he's a Georgia guy.
I know that's
And
where
he
they
don't
come
like
from,
nuts. I thought all them people was nuts.
bro. Come on. It's, now, I don't know.
Come
Come on now,
on,
Kevin.
man.
He can't eat the. Jeff can't eat it because he's type 2, which you know.
Okay. I mean, I get you, Jeff.
Yeah,
You gotta. That's why you with the angel food cake. That makes sense, Jeff.
yeah.
You good? Go balls. What's that all about?
They play Saturday basketball.
Are they,
Yeah, we was talking about
oh,
them.
okay.
Football team. I don't know. As soon as Michigan or Ohio State, one of them comes out, then somebody's got to get in.
When does Ohio State and Michigan play? Is that the last game?
Yeah, be Iron Bowl weekend.
Rivalry weekend?
And that, hey, look, now TCU's got better this week. Now remember, I said it 2 weeks ago on the
You
show.
did.
I called it. Baylor's gonna beat them, and they don't look real good right now because they lost this week. Kansas State put the smoke show on it.
Hey, since we're on this, people not looking too good, and I'm going to mention Texas A&M. I'm going to say
Oh Lord.
Texas A&M gives Jimbo another year to make some changes, get his act together, whatever you want to say. But don't you say if he has another season like this year, he's out.
You got to give a guy 3 years. That's just me.
They didn't
That's
give
how
Harsin 3.
That's how class rankings work. Yeah, I mean he's had. You get your freshman class in and you get them their junior year because most of them ain't gonna play their senior year no way. You
Right.
see what kind of team you got, and he recruited number one. He recruited not just number one, but the best class of college football ever.
Right.
He beat Alabama stars by, I think it was by 1 point, like total points 238 to 237.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I got a but. It's
Mm-hmm.
you got to be able to put those kids in a program and to grow them. And I've never been a Jimbo Fisher fan. I don't think he's a great coach. But see, when I say that, I get, what are you talking about? Matt, you're telling me that Jimbo. I don't.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, wait just a minute. If anybody watches Rick and Bubba, they know what I'm doing.
That's so funny.
I love that, man.
I do too.
So I'm not a fan of Jimbo Fisher. Just like Tom Brady. I mean, it's hard to people. I'm just not a Tom Brady fan. Is he not good? Sure, Tom Brady's great, but I'm just not a fan. I'm a Joe Montana guy, dude. I was born in '77.
Come on.
Tom Brady was watching the GOAT play as a kid, as I
Yep.
was. I was watching. Me and Tom,
Elway, Montana.
we're all close in
I
age.
mean,
I can't admire a guy that's
Marino.
my age. He come out of college and he went to the draft in 2000.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty close, all the same age here. He graduated high school
He's
like
a year too
98,
younger.
97.
He's in a little bit better shape than us.
I'll do. I bet I make more pie than he can.
Guaranteed.
And I bet I know.
But yeah, you look at the quarterbacks we watched. Yeah, Tom Brady's good, but when we had Montana, Marino, Elway, Aikman, I mean, come on. They was 4 or 5 of those good quarterbacks on several teams.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Jimbo. Jeff said he lived out there for a while. They're just not. I mean, what do you look, guys? The facts are what you gotta win. You gotta have dudes to win, and obviously he got a good recruiting class. But I heard somebody say this earlier. If you think that Nick Saban won all them national championships because he's the greatest coach ever, you're being naive. Dudes.
He had the Jimmys and Joes.
Jimmys and Joes win. X's and O's are what the kids go and what they do. You got to have the dudes. And Kirby Smart could recruit the dudes. You can see what he's doing over at Georgia now. It took a boy from Bama to get the dogs on track. Because Kirby's a good recruiter. They're not going to make a bowl. I mean, they're not going to go to a bowl game. There's going to be a lot of people standing around scratching their heads thinking, man, what are we going to – but who's got $95 million sitting around? One of them oil refinery men do, I'm sure. Some of those guys have got money to be able to pay him off.
That's right. Oh, yeah. They ain't oil money in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They got oil money in Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
That's right.
But who you going? That's the other part. The backhanded part of that question is, who's going to replace him? Guys, these jobs all over the place. Auburn ain't got a coach. They trying to get Lane. They trying to get him to come in, and you just can't get. They're in the SEC, so that's the reason Harsin failed. Harsin did as good as he could. 1, 2. The boosters and them was against him anyway, from right off from get-go.
Right.
They didn't want him there. So they didn't help him. And 3, from stories I hear from around here, around this and Tri-County area that we cover in football, ask some coaches around here if they had seen any recruits from Auburn up here at their high schools up here at Gadsden Cities and Etowalls or Cherokee counties. Nope. And they always have been. Auburn's been a pretty big part out here at Cherokee County and a huge part of Gadsden City. Alabama's been a part of Gadsden City too.
And if they hadn't heard of Jacob Cornejo, they need to start looking.
Well, I put his name out there tonight on a big board down there in South Alabama on a talk show, Powerhouse Sports.
Yeah,
his name went out down there. They got.
I'm going to tell you, but no, you're absolutely right. And here's the.
Harsin just didn't recruit. He wouldn't go in the rooms. Look, he was getting out. Okay, let's just back up a second, Auburn fans. Where did your coach come from? Out west, Montana area, Brigham Young University guy, Arizona, Boise State, this area. He was getting kids from the flunkies left over from UCLA, Cal, and USC. Well, that's fine. You can take those leftovers from USC and UCLA and play at Boise and win. You can't get leftovers from Miami, Florida State, and Louisiana Tech and compete against Alabama and Georgia every year. It's not a scheduled game. Auburn plays Alabama and Georgia forever. Every year they're going to play. Harsin wouldn't go do this. Sat down in the living room. Hey, young man, nice to meet you, Coach Harsin. So tell me about yourself a little bit. Get to know him. All right, we'll see you tomorrow at practice. He didn't do that because out there they just come to him because they couldn't get in Arizona State.
Right.
Or they couldn't get in Oregon. They couldn't get the grades. So they would come there. And he could win at Boise State with those guys. And as long as he's winning 10 games, they wouldn't go and get rid of him. Just the same thing with Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin can stay at Ole Miss forever. If he wins 8 games or more, he's hired for life.
Sure.
They ain't going to win a national championship at Ole Miss. They never have. They're 35-11 against Auburn. Auburn being the 35 and Ole Miss being 11. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Harsin wouldn't go put his butt down in a couch and talk to these kids and recruit how Kirby does. I guess Jimbo's got to be a good recruiter or something, or he wrote a big old check to a bunch of them kids because they had
Saban and Kiffin both said that's what happened, but now I don't know if that's right or not. But anyway, but you made a point a while ago talking about Auburn. You got too many of the boosters in the way. You know, you got to have a coach that'll come in there. Like you look back 15, 16 years ago when Saban come in, you know, he said, hey, look, I'm going to have control of the program. I'm going to run the program the way I want to run it. And that's what you've got to have at Auburn. You still got too many of the old faithfuls down there in charge telling the coaches what to do and how to do it. And that becomes part of the problem. So, you know, until they solve that, you're not gonna get anything any better. Minute 32 in the double overtime.
Yeah, they won a title in, well, whatever you want to call it, 1960, when Coach Vaught, which the stadium's named after, out there, which it was Associated Press. All you had to do was go undefeated, be 8-0 like Bama did for probably 7 or 8 of those titles that we claim. You was just undefeated, and the newspaper writers wrote you in as being number one. Because the year that Auburn claims, this is a good example. So we'll get into a little bit of history lesson here with Dr. Matt. Actually, in 1957.
Hang on, let me take notes.
Yeah, get your pencil there. In 57, when Auburn played the Iron Bowl, they beat Alabama 55-0. All right, that winter they hired Bear out of A&M. Okay, they lost. They didn't play another game, but because they were number one and they had beat Bama that year, Auburn claims the national championship. And they have T-shirts and mugs and throw blankets with 1957 on it, and it's a false claim. It's a lie. And I hate to hurt their feelings, but it's just the trophy for that year was given to Ohio State or was it
Nebraska?
Washington? I think it was Washington. Washington beat Oregon or something. It may be Ohio State. Ohio State beat Washington in the Rose Bowl. I think that's right. But my point is, 1960, and of course, Cannonball won it when they was at LSU back in the 50s. People just wrote them in, and it's so different now, and it's so out of date. I don't know why it's hard to fire a coach. Well, that's my point. Like, who you gonna get? Have you looked around the NFL? I watched the Eagles, and boy, they'd bum one up. Jalen Hurts and them, they was undefeated, and they played the Skins. But you see all these young coaches in the NFL? You can flip through an NFL game on Sunday.
Yep.
And, I mean, all these coaches, they're our age.
Yeah, right.
They're young. So who's these college coaches going to get? They're trying to get, like, offensive or defensive coordinators. They got what's his name from Clemson. They go out there at Oklahoma, and they ain't even gonna go to bowl game this year. I don't think.
Right.
I think they won 5 games. They're gonna have to win this weekend. So I don't know. You start talking about fire the coach, idiot. Well, just like Alabama fans, Golden and O'Brien, everybody's screaming, fire them. Well, let's remember, number one, that's the same coaches we had last year when we won the conference. And we lost in the bowl. We lost the title game to Georgia. So, I'm just I'm not a mathematician. I'm a history guy by major, by degree. But, 2 and 2 is 4 over here on this side of the water. I don't know how it is over there, that part of the ball play area, kind of where you're at. What's the area? Maplewood?
Go State. I don't care who wins this game. Just keep racking up them points. That way maybe when this clock runs out. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Auburn wins 89-69 over Winthrop. I'd hope they would. But, who's these coaches? Who is going to replace Keith? Who's going to come in?
I don't know.
Who's going to be offensive coordinator at Bama?
We're gonna have to go to Fife and get Benefield and bring him up.
They couldn't play for him. They'd quit.
So that's what they need to hear. They need Fife, Smith. They need them guys up there telling them what to do. Making them go by what these boys around here have to go by every week in, week out, and go through their training. Look at what they do with what walks through the halls of their school. Imagine if those guys could recruit, what they could do.
That's because they're hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Because they want to prove a point. They're trying to make something of themselves.
State has a 16-point lead with 18.1 to go. According to the AP, Auburn was one. And that's just it, though. It's a bunch of sports writers.
Yeah, that's how it was done.
Yep. Maybe in 20 more minutes we can get the college football stuff up here.
But when you go to studying bowl games here it is right here. $19.57.
Man, I ain't got my glasses, bud. You gonna have to.
See, at Princeton went 6-1. Okay, Skyline Conference, Pacific Conference, Missouri Valley Conference, Border Conference football, Atlantic Coast, Big Seven. The Big Seven was Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Colorado, Iowa State, Kansas State, Nebraska. How about that? 1957.
Go Big Seven.
What about that?
I love the Big Seven.
Is the game over yet? Are they going to do? Golly, man, jeez.
We got 3 seconds. 3.1. Ball went out of bounds.
Auburn was number 1. They finished the year undefeated, and I don't. And see, they're listed as Auburn here, and I'm pretty sure they were Alabama Polytech that year. They didn't change to Auburn until. I think they had done change to Auburn. They changed to Auburn in late 40s.
Yeah, that's right.
Because when they opened the school in 1890s, they were Alabama Men's Methodist College. They were a Methodist school, and while Tuscaloosa was a camp for the Civil War soldiers, that's why the population of the town at Tuscaloosa was so large, and that's why the football team's always kind of been better. It's because of it's just size. It's just like why is Center bigger than Cedar Bluff? Well, because the Capitol got the main office for the city seat was in Center. It wasn't in Cedar Bluff.
It used to be.
It did. And Gainesville. They was over there. Gainesville used to be a booming town, way back in the day. People want to do Turkey County history. But let's see, Auburn that year.
You got 2 seconds. We're shooting fouls to the free throws now. Oh, we're increasing this lead.
All right, see right here. Now this is, look, Talbert. Well, you can't see it, no way.
I can.
All right, on the bottom here, I don't know if you can see the arrow.
I can't read it. I just know that you got something up there.
All right, the highlight there is at Legion Field. Yep. The game was played in Alabama November the 30th. There was 45,000 people in attendance. Auburn beat Alabama 40-0. I said 55-0. I was wrong. That was the last game they played that year. They didn't play another game. So how are you national champions when they didn't? See what I'm saying?
Play a championship game.
They didn't play a game. Ohio State did. If you go to bowl games for 1957, you can find bowl games for 1957.
Hey, this ball game's over, so maybe we're fixing to roll or something here.
So that was a nice little history lesson.
It's amazing what you can learn on the Matt and Todd Show.
It's amazing. That's why you hit the subscribe button. So we get an hour late.
Quick and easy. We done give you quick and easy recipes for dinner. We've done talked about our favorite foods for Thanksgiving and the desserts. We've covered that. Listen, they don't nobody want to talk to the coach. Come on, Holly Rowe, let's go. Izzo.
All right, we're going to find out here in a minute what everybody's tuned into.
Come on, quit asking him questions. It's the first of the college basketball season. Nobody cares. And she's still asking questions.
Holly Rowe.
Holly Rowe.
Coach Easy.
Easy busy.
He's a great coach.
Oh, no doubt. Been there for 150 years, ain't
he? Yeah, he's one of the, he's not he's like one of the old ones left. There ain't many. Since Coach K left Duke, he's retired, and there ain't many of them left. But it's still encouraging to see that there's still young guys out there that that want to be coached hard and don't mind. Having to work hard, and
that's right.
The hard work does pay off. And
hey, here we
go. I want to make it popular again for kids to not transfer schools and to stay. When's that going to be popular again?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I must be a few seconds behind you.
My internet's faster.
Did you just now come on?
Yeah, they got a picture of the bracket up there now.
Well, we're an hour late, guys. Thank you for stopping by the Matt and Todd Show.
I hit the wrong button, dude. I was trying to turn my camera around. That didn't work.
Here we go. Who's in, who's out? What we got going on tonight?
Boy, how did my eyes, allergies done kicked in my eyes, bitch. I found out what you can do to quit making you rub your eyes.
Now we're going to do
some hand sanitizer in your hands.
We're an hour late. Now we're going to need to do a commercial.
Yeah, we got a commercial. Got to get the advertisement in here. But if you go to rubbing your eyes and you find yourself rubbing your eyes, keep your fingers out of it like I'm doing right now, if you put you some hand sanitizer in your hand, you won't rub your eyes.
No.
And you might one time, but you won't the next time.
You get you a dip of snuff and rub it all eyeball after that. Ugh.
Woo, 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 woo. Well, say I don't do that. That's okay. You ever thought about quitting?
Guys, we just had they were an hour late. An
Now we
hour.
got a now we now we
But
got
now
a
we got to do a
commercial
3-minute commercial.
montage going that's 5 minutes long.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Oh Lord. Get all the commercials in here.
Yeah, that flag has been in every game day since then.
Yeah.
They're going to be at game day is going to be at, well, it's some off school somewhere. It ain't even
North Sand Mountain Tech.
yes, I think so. John Lamar University. They are going to be at, what? I don't even know what that is. Bozeman. What? Is MT, is that Minnesota?
No, Montana, Bozeman, Montana.
What?
Mm-hmm. Minnesota's MN.
Yeah, Montana University.
Yeah.
College game day. Couldn't find nowhere to go. Dude, they could. Why didn't they go to Baylor and TCU play? The Pac-12's got the two. They got the two biggest games of the weekend. Utah's at Oregon. USC's at UCLA. They could have set up at the Rose Bowl and covered USC and UCLA. All right, they could have went to Oregon and covered Utah. What? I don't. They could have went to Kentucky.
Schools some love, I guess.
Well, they could have went to LSU and UAB's playing LSU. I like USB to play them closer than what you think. Don't be surprised if LSU don't blow them out.
Who's that?
Huh?
LSU playing who?
UAB.
Oh yeah. You think UAB's gonna keep it close?
I think so for a while. LSU's distracted. LSU's distracted. They're going to the big house. They ready to go play Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Now we got a 10-minute intro.
Now it's going to start loading and buffering. Are you kidding me? I waited an hour in here, and now it's going to spin. Give me the old wheel.
Back out and go to live. And when you go to live, come down to your sports. Live don't buffer as bad sometimes.
We don't need no more commercials. I don't need to see about Tennessee, floppy top, Oregon Quacks, or the Utah Screaming Indians.
They're talking about TCU and Texas.
USA, ESPN, UHD.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's Cincinnati, NC State, Oregon State, Oklahoma State, and Tulane. That's 25 through 21.
Tulane, well, Look at Oregon State moving up.
Mm-hmm.
At North Carolina State, guys, I tried to tell everybody at the beginning of the year, and ain't nobody want to listen.
Wheels done run off a bus on that one.
I'm fixing to run the wheels off his TV out in the lake. TCU, Texas, 17-10. Yeah, TCU's 10-0.
That's been saying. Let's get to the next group. Yeah, UCF, Florida State, Notre Dame at 18, Washington,
Yeah,
UCLA at 16.
I think Todd's on. I think he's the Matt and Todd show texting now. I don't know, Dean. I mean, who's USC? I don't. It's the schedule. Yeah, but people love USC, but they've lost. They lost to Utah. But and Tennessee's only loss is to number one Georgia. So I mean, their schedule looks better. See, look, you got Notre Dame, and see that's going to help USC maybe get in later because they'll play number 18
Ole Miss
Notre
at
Dame.
14.
And see now LSU's only loss is to besides Tennessee, they lost number 19 Florida State. See, Florida State's 7-3
K-State,
right
Ole
now.
Miss, North Carolina, Oregon, and Penn State, number 11.
And Washington's not bad. That quarterback Penix, I mean, he's a good quarterback. USC's got to win. They can't lose no games.
Mm-mm.
I mean, why North Carolina? Don't they need a little love there, dude? They've lost one game.
That's right.
And who'd they lose to, Dean?
Wasn't it
Wake
NC
Forest?
State?
Huh?
Wake Forest, okay.
I think it was Wake Forest. I don't care if Ohio State beats Michigan by one, I ain't putting both of them teams in there. We got a good Tennessee team, and you got a one-loss North Carolina team that's got their quarterback. We talked about him being maybe on the Heisman watch list. This week he's played good. I just don't think Ohio State and Michigan are. They've burnt me too many times. Okeke Pants coming here and got his britches blowed off by Georgia last year. Now, this team I think is probably better, but, that Hutchinson kid, he was supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread, and they just come down here and I didn't even hear his name called all night. Same thing with old Tao from Notre Dame. He's supposed to have been the best football player ever played the game. They didn't call his name E, except when Eddie Lacy hit him with a spin move up the middle of the field to score. So Michigan has burnt
Clemson at
me.
9.
Michigan's burnt me a couple of times. See, Utah's moved way up. And Utah has got to go to the Ducks, Bo Nix. Maybe Auburn needs to go after Patrick Nix. Think Patrick
Hey, that'd be a good one.
How does Clemson move? Well, they're terrible.
Bama moved up to 8.
That's a terrible football. Everybody, listen, the only reason everybody's moving up is because Oregon lost. Because Clemson's terrible. I'm going to tell you right now, this Clemson team this year could not beat the team that had Watson and them on it. Ain't no way. Raphael Nadal loses again, Dean. God dang it. I lost a can of beans on that. God, burn it. Put in North Dakota State. Put in North Dakota State, Dean said. Put them in. What's everybody's problem? I mean, they're good. What about Jackson State? Can we not get Jackson State in here? What's the problem?
North Dakota State, huh, Dean?
Well, I think North Dakota State should have to play Jackson State, the battle of the states. Whoever wins gets to play Georgia.
Yeah.
Or they could play – no. Let them play the bottom team, which is Cincinnati. And if they beat Cincinnati, then they get a plastic trophy, like the not the real metal one, the college football trophy. They get a plastic one just like it.
I'll call you in a minute.
All right, then. He's doing his Inspector Gadget stuff.
That's right.
5's in. Yeah, the Jackson State and North Dakota State have to play each other to play 5. And whoever wins between them two has to play 5. And then
Georgia number 1.
The winner of that team gets to play Cincinnati.
Ohio State 2. Oh yeah, I'd be all right with that. Ohio State's 2, Michigan's 3.
Yours is about a minute ahead of mine. They're still talking.
Yep.
Yeah, now they pull
Georgia 1, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3. Who are they gonna put number 4?
Georgia, number 1. Yeah, ain't no problem. I like Michigan at 2.
TCU at 4.
See, I'm telling you guys, Ohio State. Who have they played? Who? They played Notre Dame, and Notre Dame just now got ranked in the top 25 right now to come back in.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 and 3 is going to play next week, so I'm going to quit fussing about it because it don't matter. They're going to put it the same. They're not going to move anybody.
Tennessee 5. Is that it? Is that what you think? Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they're not going to change it. They're scared.
That's right.
They're going to wait for one of that because all they're waiting on is the next week. They're going to let because TCU is going to lose to Baylor, and Michigan's going to beat Ohio State. So they're going to be 2 people out. So now 5 and 6 will be your next 3 and 4, which will be well, I guess it'll be LSU and Tennessee. All right, SEC title game is going to be Georgia and LSU, and then LSU will come out. Look, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, whoever 7 is, remember this, whoever number 7 is going to get a shot at this. Because LSU is going to be 6, and yours is ahead of mine, so I don't know yet. LSU 6, and then USC will be 7. LSU loses, there'll be a 3-loss team. They're not getting in the playoffs. They're not going to get in no playoff. They'll get a good ball
got
game.
LSU 6.
All right. And 6 is going to play 1 in 2 weeks. December the 5th. 2.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 plays 6 for the SEC title. So they go out. So everybody's going to just bump again, right? Mm-hmm. Well, Ohio State, Michigan, when one of them goes out, everybody's going to bump again. When TCU goes out by Baylor, everybody's going to bump again. Tennessee's going to get in this dang thing, and they're going to get to play Georgia again.
And then USC is going to be the last man. They're number 7, so they're going to be the last one in right there.
Georgia plays USC, and Michigan plays Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. It's when you lose. You remember, it ain't how you lose. It's when you lose.
Win. So for national championship for the Final Four, I'm gonna write that down, Dean, while we're talking about that. This is just my pick. Georgia plays. Who did I say? I done forgot. Put it back up there. Georgia will play USC, and Michigan will play Tennessee. And today is the 11th and the 15th. I'm going to sign it and date it right there, son.
Well, you'll be as good as Desmond Howard. He said that A&M was going to be national champion this year.
Yeah, he had A&M for national titles. Why would they put LSU over USC? Because their only losses to the number 4 team in the nation and number 23. They lost 2 games, and they beat the Tide. That's all you got to do. You want to win a Heisman, beat Alabama. Your quarterback goes right to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, USC.
Well, that's a good hour-long show right there.
Oh
Just
my
to
God,
cover.
man. Yeah, USC still has. They still got to. They still got to play. USC's got to beat UCLA Saturday. So everybody, just hold your britches. Don't get on. Don't get fired up yet. Because somebody's gonna blow it. I'm telling you, TCU's gonna blow it. They always do.
Mm-mm-mm.
1 hour. Well, an hour and 10 minutes, 12, 13, 14 minutes.
That's right.
Golly, Bob. Keith, we went through pecan pies and we went through Bible verses. And, well, I'm glad you got to come hang out and see me.
Hey, it was been fun. I enjoyed it, man. I always do. Glad
All
you
right,
had
let's
me
get
on
off
here.
here,
Appreciate
everybody.
you. Talk to you later, buddy. Y'all have
All
a good
right,
night.
have a good day tomorrow.
See y'all.
All right, later. All right, everybody. That's my pick. I got Georgia playing USC and Michigan playing Tennessee. Final four. Yeah, we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. And then they're going to go back over and watch a little Jayhawks and the Dukes. Dude, Hal Perkins played at Cypress Park, Texas. I ain't never seen nothing like it. And how did Texas let him get away? How did he get out of Texas? I don't know. Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU, Tennessee, and number 6 on down. That was 1 through 5. Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU, Tennessee, 5. All undefeated, top 4 are. Tennessee 9-1. Of course, they lost to Georgia. And, well, if they'll go 6 through 10, they ain't going to turn the page on it. Yes, thank you for coming by, Jeff. We appreciate it. We always have a good time. Even though we had to fill for an hour. I had to come up with something for an hour to talk about. And thank goodness I had my old buddy there, Talbert, on to help fill an hour of time to talk about something. But anyway, that's kind of your top teams there. And we will see y'all on, well, I guess Sunday night. We'll be on it at 6 o'clock. Hey, Coach Short, what's up? We just on here talking about some college football. Just went through the selection committee there show. It's about the same as it was last week from top to bottom. The top 5 sort. Oregon's out. LSU 6, USC 7, Bama 8, Clemson at 9, and Utah Utes rounded out the number 10 there. So we was just kind of going through some of that. And glad everybody come by. There ain't but one thing I'm really good at, and that's just running my mouth talking. So we'll see y'all guys Sunday night. And Friday night, good luck. Safe travels to Cherokee County High School. They're traveling around Huntsville to Randolph Academy. These guys got a good-looking campus. Little Hunter kid quarterback looks good, throwed a lot of yards. I like Cherokee County's defensive line, how they've been just fighting. They're just fighters, man. These guys got a mean, rowdy football team. So really looking forward to that. And Coach O'Brien and Alaric and Teddy, we've got to know them. They're going to play Lynn. And Lynn Bulldogs have been hanging points on everybody. We're probably not going any games. We just probably sit here at the house and drink hot chocolate and watch. Mr. Jacobs is going to have Aniston Andalusia on TV on FNN Network on YouTube right here in the house with my house slippers on. But Lynn will be traveling to the Fighting O'Briens Kel Tittle, number 11. People Coach Christian down that way. Guys, he's a football player. This kid rushed for over 200 yards against Pics County. I think he scored all their touchdowns. I think he run 2 and threw the other one or something, or throw 2 and run 1. But you can go back on the page and see some of that stuff. That Sweetwater team down there in South Alabama, they're just bigger, and they're just big, man. This South Alabama 1A teams, they just, 1A up here, we just cannot keep up. Y'all doing your last show this Friday? Well, I will definitely be tuning in. Keep up with all the high school stuff. High school football, Alabama, over on Facebook. Go find John Holder and Coach Short and Gerhardt. If you're not from this area, then these guys are just, they do a great job. And John's the GOAT of high school football around here. Everybody knows him from old WOTM TV, and Mr. Holder's covered football forever. So y'all go over and find them on their Facebook page. Y'all need to get on. Y'all need to share your thing on YouTube too, Coach Short. Y'all need to get a. It's easy to do. I know the guys there at the church that produces the show. I know they could. You just add the link to the YouTube. They could share it off to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. They'll just give you more avenues. That's why I do it. I do it on Twitter too. All 3 of them. Just gives you more roads, streams to have your material out there in front of more people. We've picked up a lot of people this year. Oh, y'all are on YouTube? Okay. All right, on YouTube too. I didn't even know that. So find them over there too for YouTube watchers. Alabama high school football. John Holder and Coach Short and Gerhardt. It's going to be a good weekend. We got a lot of good football games. It's really going to get tight this third round up here in Alabama. It's really fixing to get tight. We're fixing to really find out. We figure for Cherokee County, this is who we cover here locally. They're the team that's left. If they win and Oneonta wins, if Oneonta beats Deshler, Cherokee County could host Oneonta. But if Deshler beats Oneonta, then I think Cherokee County may have to go to Deshler. I think, Coach Short, you can tell me if I'm wrong. I will take your word for it. If Deshler wins, then Cherokee County will have to go to. They'll have to go to Deshler. And in 2009, when my co-host here, Dean, was coaching it, he was at Cherokee County at that time. They had to beat Deshler to go play state. So, all right, my darn computer's about to cut off. It's about to go dead. I didn't plug it up. I mean, I could plug it up. The cord's over there somewhere, but I thought we was going to be on for like 20, 30 minutes, do a college football show, pick 'em, and that was going to be the end of that. But Kentucky and Michigan State decided to go to 2 overtimes, and Michigan State just finally wore them out. I think Kentucky just got tired of playing. So, anyway, all right, we love you guys. Y'all keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God, and safe travels, everybody listening Friday night, wherever you're going. Let the Lord be with you, and y'all be safe. And we'll see you for sure live right here Sunday night, 6 o'clock. We'll have all your scores. We're going to pull the map up there, and we're going to show you the breakdown and who's going where. And go over on YouTube, FNN Network. Anniston is hosting Andalusia. And that game's free. Go over on FNN Network. Mr. Jacobs putting that on, and you can watch it over there. So, y'all come back now. You hear?